Hi, it's Jane with Scraptastic Yarns, and I have a finished object. How about that? The finished object is the Grandma's Comfort Shawl. It's either comfy or comfort shawl by Glenda of Creative Grandma. And there it is. And I will insert a picture as well. It's not a difficult crochet. I will tell you that I did make a boo-boo. I was going along and not counting the rows. And you kind of have to count the rows so that you get the border correctly. So I had to rip out a few rows, and you know, it's all good. It's all finished and it's beautiful. And that is a number 3 weight. That is DK Colors. I can't remember the color name. Wasn't Splash. I'm sorry. I'll have to insert that a little bit later. But I did decide that I have quite a bit of scraps of Simply Caron Simply Soft. So what I thought I would do is I would start another one using all of those scraps. Now I'm having fun with it. I don't know if I'll be able to get it all the way done, but here's hoping, right? Now, I have to tell you a funny thing. The other day I was watching a YouTube video and I noticed that there was a recommendation for my channel to me. Thought it was rather funny. I'm going to insert that picture here. Yeah, it made me giggle. I've never had anyone recommend my own video to me. So I thought it was rather funny that YouTube had recommended that video to me. So yeah, that was rather interesting. Now, I have some bags that are ready to go into the shop. I'm going to show you those bags first, and then I will get into the WIT incarnation. But before I get to that point, I know many of you saw Sandy of Crochet A's video about the bullying that's going on YouTube streets. It's a real thing, and it happens not just to crocheters, knitters, it happens across the board. One of my husband's friends did a video recently about some of the things that have been going on with a gamer. Her name is Amaranth. I think that's how you pronounce it. And apparently she's being bullied into doing certain videos, whatnot, for the gaming by her husband. And, you know, there's all kinds of stuff going on. Well, you know, folks, we see it every day. And it's not just in the YouTube community. We see it every day in the news. You see the left bullying the right bullying the left, you name it. This has become so commonplace in our society, we think it's okay. And it's not. Regardless of where it happens, whether it be on YouTube, on TV, with a special group of people that have, you know, certain rights that they think they have, there's no reason for us to bully one another. We need to learn to get along. And the person that made the comment about my yarneries yarn, you know, I've gotten hanged up yarn that was just as tangled. So it happens. I mean, there's no way to stop it. whether it's hanked or not hanked. You know, quite often some of the hanks that I've gotten from Knit Crate were just awful to try to wind up into a ball. Happens. Get over it. Untangle it. Spend some time untangle it. But there's no reason to trash another person for that because of your inability to find the center of that yarn and to pull it off correctly. That's all I'm going to say. I have dyed my own yarn, and sometimes stuff happens. So let's try to get along and behave and be nice to one another. It's just an ugly side of people that we all know happens, but we wish it wouldn't. So, and I'm hoping that the person apologizes to Angela. And I hope Angela can get over the hurt. And I know she was really hurt. Watching her live video, you could see that she was really hurt and devastated. And I have had that happen to me from someone. And it basically was someone that was trying to trash me as a person because I stood up against Ravelry's stupid banning of people who lean right. And they decided that, you know, that they'd started spreading rumors that I was telling people to share other people's patterns freely on my Facebook page, and that's not what was done. I had told people if you want to share links to patterns, you can. I don't care, you know, whose patterns it is. If it's somebody from Ravelry or whatever, go right ahead, you know. But they tried to take it a step too far. I did report it to Facebook, and Facebook took down their page. So that is one positive thing that Facebook did because of this, what this person was doing. But that wasn't what I wanted. I wanted that person to correct herself in public that she was wrong. But that never happened. And that's what I'd asked Facebook for, was for that. Alright, let's get into the bags. I have some Halloween bags, and I have some bags that I don't consider Halloween. This is the drawstring bag, and as usual, it's my normal, 13 by 14 and a half with 4-inch deep gusset, you know, box bottom. There are 2 of those. I did make sure that all of them have the ring so that you can hang your stitch markers or keys or whatever you wanted on there. So there are those. There are these lovely little cats with brooms and pumpkins. There are 2 of these. And these are all the same size. And there are 2 of the Halloween silhouette cats in the trees with the moon. And these are just very lovely. Now, I did use a bit of the words, you know, eyes in the dark, and it says all kinds of funny things like that, you know, like boo, scream, those kind of things. So I did use some of that on the interior. I only have one of these, and I do not consider this really a Halloween bag. It is a bag that has the skull, palmistry, cat, and it also has the Ouija board sign. And I don't really consider that a Halloween bag. It has the gray swirl interior, and also has the, you know, ring for your keys or your stitch markers. But yeah, I consider this more of someone who is into the palmistry, Ouija board, those kind of things, reading the blank. Sorry, folks. It's been a day. Alright, and this next one, there are two of these, and this is the sugar skull, or skulls, with the purplish roses and a spider web. And I did use the spider web on the interior. It does also have the ring for your stitch markers. And there are two of these, and these are the black rose with skulls, and I did use the spider web on the inside of that. Like I said, I would use both of those every day, not just Halloween. This next one, I just love this print, and it is the cat with the man in the moon and some beautiful copper rings. And there are three of these. There are three of these, and I again use the gray swirl on the inside of those. There are two of the cross stitch bags, and they are both the same thing. I used a little bit of different fabric on the insides. There's a little bit of that swirly with the little colors in it. And I believe this one is just a plain tan print. So there are two of those that are ready to go. And of course there are two of the yarn ball bags. And these are just totes. There is the ring for your stitch marker and whatnot. Get down in there, behave. And there are two of these. This one just has a off-white interior, and then the other one has a green print interior. I was using up a lot of scraps with some of these, so you know, it is what it is. Then we have the witches in the cameo. And these actually have a pocket in them, and I used a orange print with the moon and stars, and it also has the little tab for your stitch markers. And there are two of those, and they both have the pockets, same interiors. And then again we have that Ouija board with the palm and the kitty cat with the third eye. And is there a pocket in this one? Yep. Couldn't remember if I put a pocket in this one. And it has a gray interior, but it also has a pocket in there. Now these two do not have pockets, but they do have the rings in them for your stitch markers. They do have a gray interior swirl. And these pumpkins, I consider this more of a fall bag that can be used clear into November for those of you. Now, I just use them all the time. I don't, I don't go for holidays. I use my Halloween all year round, that kind of stuff. And of course there are two of those. Then there is one with the cat and the man in the moon. And this one does also have a pocket on the interior with that light gray. And it is simply just a tote. Now, I do have some more that I can sew, but I don't know if that I'll get to those until the end of the week or the weekend. So, just kind of keep a lookout on the shop. Those should be up in the shop and ready for sale by this evening, 5 o'clock. You have to do the pictures, you have to do the whole thing, that kind of stuff. And descriptions, so. And I didn't measure the bags, but the bags are all approximately the same size. Let me measure it real quick. They are approximately 15 inches across, 12.5 inches deep, and then there is a generous 5-inch boxed bottom on all of those tote bags. So there you have that. Alright, are you ready for a little what in tarnation? I know I am. Oh, I was going to tell you I've been considering about whether to stay with Etsy or not. And here's one of the main reasons. I don't get to opt out when they do ads for my bags. They did a bag that I had for sale for $30. They did an ad, and someone purchased it off the ad. And I will tell you what I received out of that was $17.21. That just barely pays for the bag. I mean, no profit, so, you know, gotta make a profit. Nose is itching. I don't know which one of you is talking about me, but stop it. Superstitions. Alright, little what in tarnation. Man holds 150 lit candles in his mouth for Guinness World Record. An Idaho man held 150 lit candles in his mouth for 30 seconds to break a Guinness World Record. You've heard of this man before. He did the sorry, the nose is driving me nuts. He did the guitar on his chin. This is David Rush, who has broken nearly 250 Guinness World Records to promote STEM education. Said he previously attempted the same record in December but failed when some of the candles fell out of his mouth. Well, I can't imagine that happening. The weight of all the candles was intense, and I had over 10 minutes of salivating, making the candles slippery in my mouth. Rush said of his most recent attempt, only 5 seconds in I could feel them slipping out, so I had to clamp down even harder and bite in with my teeth to keep them from falling out. Rush said he wore eye protection during the attempt, but he still had to struggle with smoke inhalation and the candles becoming slippery from his saliva. Rush successfully broke the record of 105 candles, which was set by a North Carolina man, Garrett James, in 2021. Is there money to be made in Guinness World Records? I'm just curious. Florida firefighters rescue woman with foot caught in massage chair. You know, these are the ones that you see at the mall or you see at casinos. You get in, pay $5, and it'll massage you head to toe, you know, the whole thing. Firefighters in Florida conducted an unusual rescue when they were summoned to assist a woman whose foot became stuck in a massage chair. City of Naples Fire Rescue said firefighters responded to the report of a person with their legs stuck in a massage chair, and they arrived to find the woman's foot was stuck in part of the chair intended to massage the legs. Can you imagine? The firefighters cut off the power to the chair and used a grinder to cut through the steel rods holding the chair's rollers in place. The woman was examined by paramedics and released at the scene. Can you imagine that insurance claim? I hope you all got to see this bakery delight. Bakery Star Wars inspired pan solo sculpture goes viral. A California bakery's entry in the local scarecrow contest is going viral after taking inspiration from actor Harrison Ford and a galaxy far, far away to create Pan Solo. Catherine Purvin and her daughter Hannah Lee Purvin, the owners of One House Bakery in Benicia, used dough to sculpt Han's Solo frozen in carbonite from the end of Star Wars Episode 5, The Empire Strikes Back. The creation, dubbed Pan Solo, is the duo's entry into the Benicia's 15th annual Scarecrow Contest. People are just super excited, Hannah Lee Purvin told the San Francisco Examiner. We see people like smelling the sculpture and poking it. They're trying to figure out how it's made. I'm sure because they want to duplicate it. Photos of the Pan Solo were posted to the bakery's Facebook and Instagram accounts and quickly went viral. The bakery previously found online fame with bread sculptures of Alligator Loki from Disney Plus series Loki. Alligator Doki is what it's called. And Mandalorian characters Din Djarin, Grogu, and IG-11, Pandalorian, Baby Yoda, and the Pandroid. Sorry. Definitely the puns are a huge part of it because we're geeks. Catherine Purvin told the Examiner. I don't know how else to put it, and we kind of love the clever play on words sometimes. The Scarecrow Contest runs through October the 23rd. Now, you know last week I told you about the Katmai National Park and Preserve Fat Bear Week. Well, we have a winner. They announced that 747 is the winner of its annual Fat Bear Week contest. It is the bear's second win. The contest started on October the 5th. Bear fans cast their votes for the winner at thefatbearweek.com. Fat Bear Week is a celebration of success and survival. It is a way to celebrate the resilience, adaptability, and strength of Katmai's brown bears, the park said. Katmai's Fat Brown Bear celebration started as Fat Bear Tuesday in 2014 and was so popular that it grew into Fat Bear Week tournament in 2015. Bear 747 narrowly beat competitor 901, a first-time contender. And there you have it. Sometimes they just make me giggle. All right. Quite a few of you have asked about the devotional that I read out of, and that is this. Now, I think I got it at Ollie's, but I'm not positive. So, yeah. And on the back, it has a verse from Hebrews 4:16, which said, "Let us then approach God's throne of grace with confidence, so that we may receive mercy and find grace to help us in our time of need." And I love this devotional. And as you know, I'm not reading it in the daily order. So let's get into today's devotional. Renewal. You were dead because of your sins and because of your sinful nature was not yet cut away. Then God made you alive with Christ, for he forgave all our sins. Colossians 2:13 in the New Living Testament. As new Christians, we may naively think that transformation is permanent. We're his, therefore we're changed. While true, it's not the end of the story. As long as we are here, we'll face temptations from the world. Renewal is an ongoing process. Each time we find ourselves conforming, we must retransform, renew. What a blessing it is to know that we can. Again and again, he welcomes us. What part of your thinking needs to be renewed? Alright guys, that's it for today's podcast. I hope that you will, as always, be kind to one another, be kind to yourself, love one another, love yourself. And as always, get out there and see this big, beautiful world because, you know, honestly, it can be stunning at times. If you've had a chance to see the leaves turning, wow, just wow. I was on a bus trip the other day, and on the way back, not only did we get to see a beautiful sunset, but we saw a double rainbow. How amazing is it to see those kind of things? Thomas and I one time saw a triple rainbow, and I've tried to find the pictures of it that I have. I think it's on the old computer, but I'll continue to look for them. But it was rather amazing. Alright guys, have a great day, and I will see you again soon. Bye.